Hello everyone and welcome back to the Star City Games Invitational in Los Angeles, California. I'm Ruben Bressler and I'm joined by some of the producers, writers, and characters on the show Top Decking, which is on the Webisodes Network. I am joined by Craig Blanchett, who's a producer on the show, Alex Kessler, who's the creator of Top Decking as well as a producer, Sam Kellett is the head writer of Top Decking, and Brendan Weinhold plays Eric. And so, You're the creator of the show. How did this idea come to you?
Well, I've been working in the entertainment industry off and on for a long time, and then me and Craig had a meeting talking about how we wanted to kind of raise awareness of Magic and kind of make it more socially acceptable.
Sure.
And so we were spitballing ideas, and I had this idea for a web series because me and Sam have been working on pilots for a while. I'm trying to come up with an idea. And so it kind of just started to come together.
I'm telling you, if dinosaurs existed today, we would use them instead of cars.
That article on dinosaur transportation changed my life.
Come on, we aren't even sure that dinosaurs existed.
And so that's how your involvement got started. Was he came to you with the idea?
Yes, we were playing outside of playing in an IHOP one night, playing Magic EDH with a few friends, and after the game, after they swiftly handled me, we went outside and Alex said, I've been having this idea about making Magic cool. Wouldn't it be cool if Magic was cool? And we could talk about it to everybody. And I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. We wouldn't have to hide out in IHOP and play in tables here and, convince our parents that we're just going to IHOP to play Magic.
Sure.
And so, yeah, we...
Speaking in hushed tones, it's a card game.
So we came up with the idea, came up with the characters. We wanted to follow Becca and have character Greg, and Brendan was fit the character perfectly.
And so you knew these guys before, and that's how your involvement happened? Or?
His girlfriend, who plays Becca on the show, was in a commercial with me. And when the casting went out, she was like, hey, I know this guy who plays Magic. Call him in, and they called me in. So.
Excellent. And how'd you get involved?
Well, I was living with this guy, and I'm a writer who's out here to write.
Sure.
And so he...
as writers are wont to do.
As writers are wont to do. So he talked to me and asked if I wanted to write an episode or two, so I wrote a couple. They went over really well, so I just started writing the rest of the episodes.
Excellent. So what does a week-to-week production of the show look like? Is there like a standard schedule?
For the first season, because we were filming at All-Star Cards on Robertson Olympic in LA, and due to his work schedule, it's a business, so we had to film specifically between the hours of 9:30 to 10 and 4. And so we had like 5 hours a day to get everything done. And the first week we did it, we tried getting 5 episodes in 1 week because we really didn't know what we were doing.
Tried.
And so... Generally, for film production, you want to do a page per minute. We were doing 4 pages per hour around that,
Wow.
so it was kind of insane, and it's one of the reasons the first couple episodes aren't as strong as they probably should have been. And then from that point on, we edited those together over the summer to kind of see what we had, and then we moved into realizing that you probably want 3 days to film an episode. And so we started doing like 3 days a week, and it generally takes 3 days to do editing and 3 days to do sound.
How many people are involved in the show? Like in any given episode, how many people are involved?
It's about 4 actors.
About 4 actors, about 14 people on set.
Yeah.
14 people on set, plus post-production.
Plus post-production,
plus
one editor, one sound person. We had one sound guy doing all of the composition and all of the sound editing. We were typically finishing episodes on Monday to try to get them out for Friday, for Sunday, which is why we had so many issues. We reshot episode 3 times.
Episode 4.
Yeah, it's
Episode
four
four.
now.
It was 3.
It was 3. So,
Black Lotus. The one that I'm not
we've
in.
had our production woes.
Sure.
But we worked around them, and finally, by the end of the season, we were only a day late.
Nice.
To apologize for the being late for almost every episode, I was literally up until 6 in the morning waiting for it to upload to YouTube, being like,
So we can put it up.
at least 3 times it like failed uploading to YouTube, and I was 7 in the morning, I was like, just forget it.
What's your favorite moment from the first season of working on the show, or that even made it to air? We'll start at the back row this time.
I really like what was actually improvised by this fella here, which was in one of the last episodes in the season finale, part 1. there's a part where Greg is asking Eric advice for something and just randomly improvise at the end of it. When Greg's not listening to him, Brendan just reached out and slapped him.
You gotta get that fixed.
I'm glad I could help.
I mean, it was the most, I don't know if it's my favorite, it was the most frightening moment because we decided to like throw ourselves in as cameos at random times. And I have to get angry, and I'm not a very angry person because he wrote me as a giant douchebag. Right. I f***ing hate this store. Vampires, glitter bombs, brownie thieves, I'm out. This place. So the director, who's Oliver, who is not here right now, but he like, during casting, my sister showed up screaming because I had E3 passes through an old work experience, and she was borrowing them for the day. And we had a guy auditioning for us for, I think it was the role of Greg, and she comes screaming into the office like this whole, and I yelled at her, and it's the only time anyone's really seen me mad is because my sister is crazy. And so Oliver stands over, he's like, remember that day, just do that. And then I like walk out, I kick the chair,
Your
break
motivation
it.
is that you're angry at your sister.
Yes, my motivation is my sister can be insane.
Just knocked it out of the park. My favorite was probably the moments off set and on set with the cast and crew. Everybody was so awesome. I mean, we have a couple pictures on of Brendan sleeping and then waking up. And honestly, one of my favorite things is seeing how the fans have taken some of those things. And we have a fan that's made some awesome Magic cards in the past few days. And then some other people who've been following us since the beginning, BB Bradley, people like that. Love you guys. Thank you guys so much. We're so thrilled that we could do something that finally is making Magic cool.
Yeah. Nicely done.
I have a new favorite, actually. I want to say that my actual favorite moment, since you mentioned offset things, is teaching the rest of the cast to play Magic. Because I got to be not always on set because I was sitting in the side of the store, but I got to have the experience of working with Whitney and working with Sean and working with Ryan to teach them the game.
Right.
A lot of them had some familiarity with it because they're close to these guys.
Brendan got to play Magic all day.
I got to play Magic all day while these guys work.
My favorite thing about working on a TV show is playing Magic.
That's right.
Which is awesome. So, working on a web series is significantly different than working on a television series. What's your favorite part about the web?
What's kind of fun about the whole experience is it's much more of a guerrilla attack at making fiction, where if we were on a television channel, it would be much more structured and it would be easier. And we'd all be getting paid to be doing what we're doing. But the zeitgeist of just like attacking every episode and like getting it out right in time to make sure everything went well is definitely at least an adrenaline rush, if nothing else.
Nice.
Apparently I'm also a masochist. But
So, I am also involved in Magic television.
Yeah.
And there are other people out there that are making television programs based on Magic. There's a guy that I interviewed in Minneapolis who's making a sketch comedy show. I've seen other people making live content and filmed content based on either fiction or nonfiction stuff around Magic. What suggestions do you have for writers, producers that want to get involved in making television content for Magic?
I honestly, actually, the best idea that we had was making it so it's a little bit more accessible to people that don't know everything about Magic. Something that I fall into all the time, and it's one of the reasons I'm terrible at teaching people how to play Magic, is that when you know so much about a subject and you're so passionate about it, it's really hard to explain it in layman's terms to people that don't know what's going on.
And to keep strategy out of your teaching, because a lot of times you say, well, you never want to do this, when that's not part of the lesson that they need to learn.
Exactly.
So that's what, like, we're all, I mean, it's a format, it's a beautiful game, it's probably, I would say, the best game, and the more people that can play it, the better. It's all about the community. That's why I love Magic, is like, every other game I play, like League of Legends, a new guy comes playing, everyone hates on them. In Magic, it's like, oh, you're coming to the game, here's all these cards I don't want.
Exactly.
And they don't know they're not good, so they're like, awesome, thank you for all this stack. The amount of times I've given like a 7-year-old kid a stack of like commons this big, and they're just like,
I love doing that after a draft, giving a new player a bunch of cards that you don't need, but it means the world to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's 2/3 of their new collection.
And then you end up seeing them at the next draft and the next draft, and you see their decks grow and change, and they have great ideas sometimes. We've had a few people in the past year that that we've seen grow into great players.
Yeah, because that was me at one point too. I started playing when I
Yeah.
was 12, and so when you get better at the game, and you see it's happened to me a couple times that people get better than you, like they start out bad.
Yeah.
It's so frustrating.
See, it's really frustrating in some ways, but then in other ways you see this little kid win a PTQ or something, and you just have this a proud dad moment.
Right.
You know,
So, yeah.
It's true.
Going off what Alex was saying for creators, it's important to be able to infiltrate, to be able to include different elements of, like for us, we're focusing on nerd culture in general. It's good to be able to include a wider audience than just people that play Magic, because our show has a Magic core, a Magic base, but we try to branch out as much as we can so that we can include other people in it. And a lot of our audience comments like, I've never played Magic before, but I like this.
Right.
Yeah, the amount, that's what, I mean, that was half the point, but the amount of people we've gotten that have been like, I didn't even know this existed, but I would love to know how to play. What are your recommendations?
Yeah.
I've recommended the iPad app, the Magic
Yeah,
2000, the Duels with Planeswalkers to
That's a great way to start,
100 people, because I'm like, I can't teach you through YouTube comments, but if you go onto your iPad, you can get it. Yeah.
So that's enough of the past.
Yeah.
We now have the future, and you guys have a Kickstarter.
Yes.
Tell the folks at home about your Kickstarter project.
We have a Kickstarter. We started it to fund the season 2. We have a lot of good ideas. Some of them we can't talk about because spoilers and we'd be ruining it for everyone. We're looking to raise $15,000. That way, this time, some of the headaches we did have in the first season was availability. And this way we're going to be able to make it so everyone will be able to show up. We'll be able to have an actual person make music for the series instead of our sound guy, who is very good. Also then spend killing himself doing the job of 3 people.
Sure.
And make it bigger. And it honestly, that's how much it honestly cost us for the first season. It cost us around $15,000. It was out of mostly Craig's pocket, a little bit of my own, and then a lot of sweat and tears. And this way we're trying to make it so the quality of the end of the first season is consistent and it's better than
Yeah.
it is
In
now.
order to continue on to season 2, we need to be able to pay the actors to take off time from work, and in order to do that, we need to offer them a certain amount per episode. Typically, every episode takes about 2 days of filming, and we're also going to be filming a lot at night, so it's going to be very it's going to be something that we really want to do, but we definitely need the funds to be able to make it
Right.
happen.
And it'd be great to be able to continue this because there's never been anything really like this. There have been Magic-themed YouTube shows before, but there's nothing that's been so professionally sitcom.
And the ideas that we have for season 2, my goodness,
Yeah,
season
yeah.
1
Tell
is
us a little bit
like
of what you
30%
can
of
tell
what
us.
season 2 is going to be.
just a little taste of what you can tell us about season 2.
We have a few big names coming on.
There's some cameos.
Cameos, possibly Boogie, possibly Kibler, possibly Ruben. We're looking.
There's going to be a store.
Okay,
and
good. Because at the end of last season, something
Spoiler.
happened to the store.
Yeah.
You should go take a look.
So there'll be a store.
They may
right
be
now
looking
the plan
for a
is
new
that
place to play.
there might be a new
They're
place.
probably going to be tossing up stores.
Kyle will be back. He'll
Okay.
be now fresh off
Can't
the
get
Pro
rid of-
Tour.
can't
Can't get rid of Kyle.
Going to find out a little bit more of Kyle and Joe's backstory.
We're gonna see. There might be a few new characters. Becca and Greg's relationship may move forward. It may not.
We'll see what happens.
Sure.
there.
I mean, we're-
Will they, won't
The
they?
various relationships that are on the
We're
show.
gonna meet. We're gonna meet pieces. We're gonna delve into people's family. We're gonna meet Brendan's brother, possibly. We're going to meet. Whitney's father, who was in the very first episode, is gonna make
Yeah.
a return. We're gonna kind of move forward the storyline and character development of each of the individual characters.
What about the missing pack from the box? Are we going to learn more about that storyline?
We may do some
Ruben.
flashbacks as to how exactly that transpired in Jeff's mind, but that was addressed in episode 12 as far as his ending.
But there was some more.
Absolutely, there's
Right.
definitely some
Oh,
more,
yeah,
some
there's-
flashbacks that we're going to do.
Excellent.
He may be in a different place since he
see
committed
what
a
happens to
felony.
Jeff.
Excellent. I wasn't trying to give anything away.
No, no, no,
Absolutely.
no.
That's
And
pl-
by
that was a
Jeff,
little
I mean,
side
of course.
storyline that I really liked.
It was
So-
something we needed to delve into just in case we couldn't do a season 2. But now knowing that, we definitely have some options for
Excellent.
what to do.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited to meet you guys. Top Decking, we're going to have all of the information for where to see Season 1 and where to see Season 2 on the Webisodes Network and their YouTube channel.
Yep.
We're also going to have some information for their Kickstarter. We'll have a link in either below the video or here-ish. Like, I don't know if we'll have it here, but we'll have it below the video. Guys, thank you so much for stopping by and doing this interview with me. This is great.
Thank you.
for having us.